Hi there, I'm Brian Zana, owner of City Datsuns, and this is City Datsuns Part of the Week. I know it's been a little while since I've released a video, but I've been very busy. I do have a day job now that takes me away from the Datsun Roadster parts, but I have been very busy with parts. Today's Part of the Week is going to be a set of 4 hard lines for your brake calipers on the front of your Datsun Roadster. So these hard lines are custom bent for us. Instead of having some of the more rounded swooping, they're a little more angular. They do not affect the clearance on the calipers to the wheels. You can use your stock steel wheels or any size 14, 15, 16 inch wheels, and you'll have no issues clearance. All the fittings are the correct fittings, correct length fittings and threaded, so that they'll go directly onto your existing calipers. The other nice thing is that each one of them is labeled, and you'll see a close-up. I'll show you some close-ups, but they're all labeled. So this one says driver outer, this one's driver inner, passenger outer. So there's no guesswork in taking off one and trying to match it up. You'll be able to have all your lines off, clean everything up, and be able to then go ahead and install these with confidence that they're on the correct caliper and they're on the correct side of the caliper. And you're not going to put one on and go, oh, it's on the outside, not the inside, which I have done in the past rebuilding calipers. So why don't we get a little closer look? So here you can see a set of fully rebuilt calipers that I've done. It's for one of my projects here in the shop. You can see here is a set of 4. They're zip tied together. They will be shipped like this for you. And like I said, you can see the little tabs on them that say, you know, driver's outer, passenger outer. So they're all tagged for you. Also, they have these little rubber kind of protective cups on them to protect the threads while they're being shipped. So here you can see them on an actual set of rebuilt calipers. And again, you can see the little tags on here. See, so that you make sure that you've got them right placed. But they fit the calipers obviously perfectly. I mean, that's why you have them custom bent. And like I said, all the fittings are the correct length, the correct fitting end, the correct flare. So there's no worries about any kind of leakage. I would suggest that while you're disassembling your calipers, if you're not going to completely restore them like I've done here, if you're just going to do a quick cleanup, one of the most important things you need to do is make sure that when you take your old hard lines off, that you go through and make sure that the threaded areas on your caliper pistons are cleaned up. I've noticed in the past where I've tried to do a quick just mechanical rebuild that if you don't make sure those areas are clean from debris and some buildup of old dried out brake fluid, that you can end up with sealing problems. You'll have ones that'll seep or whatnot. So I always suggest that you make sure you do a really good cleaning of those areas prior to installing your new hard lines. These ones have been completely done. As you can see in there, I've got brand new genuine Nissan caliper seals. I've got the rings, everything's been replaced on these. They're just really in great shape. I can't wait to put them on the car, but the car won't be ready for quite some time for them. But anyway, so like I said, you get a set of 4. I do have a listing coming soon, hopefully in the next day or 2, that you'll be able to purchase a set of the hard lines, a set of the 3 stainless steel flex lines for the front and rear, as well as either your early or your late brake master cylinder, either the early single master cylinder or the late brake master cylinder. There you have it, folks. City Datsuns Part of the Week. It's the new hard brake lines for the front calipers of your Datsun Roadster. Custom bent for us. They do have a almost like an OD green coating on them to keep them from rusting. They do not have the stock rubber coating that basically just trap the moisture in and cause them to rust and deteriorate. So they're great parts. Again, gonna have a listing soon at citydatsuns.com that will have the hard lines, the stainless steel braided flex lines, as well as your either early or your late brake master cylinder, the early single or the late dual brake master cylinder, all as a kit in case you're doing the whole brake system. If you are doing the whole brake system, you'll be glad to hear that one of our newest parts is almost ready to be tested. I've got a sample coming, and that's going to be the rear brake cylinders for these cars. You know, the Nissan ones are drying up pretty quickly, and I just felt that it's ridiculous to pay over $200 a piece for a brake cylinder for drum brakes. I know some guys have used the 510 ones, and even those are getting a little harder to find, and they're not exactly correct for our cars. So these are going to be the 3/4 inch ones. You can use them in place of the 15/16 without much problem at all. But like I said, I should have a sample on hand here in the next few weeks. Once I get them tested and check for tolerances, I will have them mass produced, and then they will be available hopefully a month, maybe 2 months from now. So looking at just after Christmas, maybe the new year. So stay tuned for that new part, all right? And as always, thank you so much for your purchases, your emails, your phone calls. I just love hearing from those of you who are passionate about these cars. And even if you're not looking to buy a part, if you just need to talk about your car, maybe you're having an issue and you need somebody to, as a sounding board, I'm always willing to answer your phone calls and talk Datsuns with you. So until next time, keep those beautiful Roadsters on the road.